I'm guessing you're my one viewer so far. No, you're not. That's so sad. Hi, Gemma. It says no one's here though on my end, but you're here. Oh, now you're here though. That's fun. Two people stopped by for a second, then left immediately. But I'm great. I'm enjoying the all caps. I'm just posting on TikTok um, that I'm live. Very fun. I hope someone who's not you shows up, because that'd be awkward. Have you read my first collection yet, Gemma? Hey, no, I mean, like, you kind of already know the story behind everything. You did read it? Finally? Your mom wants to. You should, but if she does, she has to rate it on Goodreads too. I feel like this is just really sad FaceTime with you, but you don't have a face. It's just your little bubble. Have you rated it on Goodreads yet, Gemma? It's actually not my birthday live stream. It's actually just me threatening. Secondary Emma will threaten you until you do it. Yeah. If no one shows up by 3, I'm just gonna end it. But I posted it on my author page and I posted on Facebook. I should post on Snapchat. It'd be nice if my boyfriend would show up. I'm just gonna start sending yikes toxic. Not as much as the last one. He doesn't have a whole well, no, he does have a whole poetry collection written about him, but not like the last one. Different context. Different context. I didn't realize just how much of it was my first collection was about my ex until I reread it today, picking up poems for readings. Tea, absolute tea. See, people would be getting all my dirty laundry if they were here, Gemma. That's kind of sad. I'm afraid it's partially. No, I'm not. I don't think all 14 of my subscribers are going to show up today. Is this actually just proof that you have 15 different YouTube accounts, Gemma? I say 15 because 14 are for me and one's for K-pop. Here, you can be a moderator in case anyone else shows up. No, Nathaniel's not subscribed. Also, way to call him out by name. Love that for us. I don't know. I should tell him he should. Should I guilt him? He deserves it. He deserves what? He better not be a mod. I will make him a mod. He's not even gonna show up. Oh, to be called out by name? True, true. He hurt his knee out on his run today, so that was sad. Jem, do you want to hear some of my poems? Or do you have any questions for me, Gemma? Gemma with her signed copy. Gemma, ask me a question first, and then I'll read you a poem. Once the Gemma, you can't be asking me things like this. You know the inside details. Next collection. So, the chaotic scatterbrain of the raging queer. See, when I mess up my own title when I'm not live, I can just edit it out. However, maybe that's why I should talk about it as the title. So my first collection, The Chaotic Scattered Brain of a Raging Teenage Queer Feminist Socialist, don't laugh at me, has been out since October 25th, 2021. And then it's been an ebook for like a month now. I actually forgot to check something. I gotta check if Mindy moved my lamp. She didn't. I appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. I was actually just seeing if I could get her in trouble. Anyway, side note, you know all about it, Gemma. But the next collection is currently not completely in my control, and that's all I'll say on that. If self-published, it will be out in December. If not, I have no sweet clue. So I'm assuming it will be self-published, but we're working around. Um, the title, Gemma. Let's talk about the title. Gemma, what do you think of the title? Nathaniel thinks it's too long. It's fitting, accurate. It is very fitting. So I released this collection not thinking I would. It was for me. It's still for me. I haven't not making money off of it. But when I released it, so originally the working title was Raging Teenage Feminist, and then it was Raging Teenage Socialist, and then it was The Chaotic Scattered Brain of something. So I kind of just merged a bunch of things that I've been working with as titles together, and whatnot. So great fun, great fun. It is impossible for me to remember. I used to be able to roll it off the top of the head back in October. Um, can't do that anymore. Doesn't work as well. But yeah. So Gemma, what is your favorite poem from the first collection, Gemma? It's probably gonna be the one where I bash my ex the most, I'm assuming. This is wonderful. Okay, Gemma doesn't have a favorite. Oh, it's hard because they're all so good, right, Gemma? Because they're all amazing. Okay. Well, we'll let you think of that, and maybe I'll read one. So, the first one I want to read and talk about, Gemma, thank you for liking so much. I appreciate it. First one I'm going to read and talk about is the opening poem of the collection, and that is titled What If Therapy. Through my years, I have realized that therapy can be daunting. Talking worked for me until it didn't. Writing worked for me until I could no longer find the will to write. Playing worked for me until my body followed my mind. I sit here completely self-aware. I know this collection is for me, a recap of my thoughts these past few months. It is my therapy, and that makes me happy. But what if I disappoint others? What if they feel my feelings are untrue despite me feeling them? What if people call my therapy stupid? What if, what if, what if? I guess I don't get to decide, hence therapy. That has been a dramatic reading. This poem I wrote, this is one of the few poems that is not in chronological order. And that is because I wrote it when I decided that I was going to publish it. So none of these poems, well, I can't say none. So a few of these poems that are also not in chronological order towards the end are from a different piece of writing I was working on called The Darkness. I got about halfway through. It was a multimedia novel, or it would have been novella. Audacity is my favorite. Yeah, checks. Absolutely checks. I think I have Audacity pinned to read. The Darkness Stand. No, no, Gemma, you're not The Darkness Stand. Because if you think about what The Darkness was about, anyway, The Darkness was originally a novella. And basically, it was a fictionalized version of my life where I took control over some of the aspects I didn't have control over in my life. And it came after a very dark, I was in a very dark place mentally. And I mean, I referred to it and still refer to it when I'm in my states as like being in the darkness. And that's, there's an ambulance. I live by a hospital. And that is followed through into this next collection that I'm very excited about. But basically, that was between each chapter, there would be a poem. So some of these poems were taken and converted from that. And what is interesting is sometimes the poem would be about someone or something, and I had changed my mind on it by the time I released this collection. So I changed the title. Oh, we had two for just one moment. It was so exciting, Gemma. But when I did that, I changed some of the titles, particularly Disguises is one of those ones. And basically, What If Therapy, the poem I just read, is my reflection on how I viewed the writing because I didn't want, like, I very much write about people in my life and like most poets do, and I didn't want anyone to feel like particularly attacked. And I remember my family afterward, some of them were like, "Hey, Emma, this is a bit rude." um, and there's been a lot of like, this is me processing, like, as I posted in a TikTok one time, like a decade of trauma and unprocessed just emotion and feeling. And yeah, so um, What If Therapy, I wrote as the opener and intentionally as the opener, as basically like I'm really worried about how this is going to be perceived. I'm really worried that I'm going to hurt someone by doing this. However, I don't get to decide their feelings, I only get to control mine. And I can take responsibility for what I said and what I wrote, but I can't take responsibility for feeling that way, if that makes sense. That's what that one's about. Um, it's, I think it's, I feel like structurally, it's not like my favorite poem I've ever written. I think the sense behind it, or I think the sense behind it is like something I feel, because I feel like this collection, my first collection, is very young sometimes. And I mean, as much as it's only been a year. Um, Jim, I appreciate you being like, I don't know what to say. I concur. um, but even though it's only been a year, I've grown significantly since, like both as a person and as, a writer. And um, So I'm not proud of it like in a structural sense, but I am proud that I introduced this idea of reflection and kind of letting go at the beginning of this collection because there's parts of this collection that get very, very heavy very quickly. So, Gemma, do you want a haul of what I picked up while I was at the mall while my landlord was in here doing showings? Also, she told me that tomorrow will probably be like the highest showing day, which is so annoying because it's my birthday. So it looks like I might be getting ready in mom's hotel room. Okay, so at the mall, I have to go back because I went to get my crown and scepter to be Glinda, right? Glinda the Good Witch for the block party because it's Wizard of Oz themed. But they didn't have any at Spirit Halloween or at Great Canadian Dollar Store or at Dollarama. So I was going to go to Claire's and Spencer's, but then I got sidetracked in Urban Planet. I was like, oh my goodness, where'd the time go? So in Urban Planet, I bought this skirt. I don't know. Have I worn that little orange top with the ring in the middle around you? I'm not sure. But I got this little orange like tube skirt and it fits me like wonderfully and it matches that top. And their summer stuff was like on like $3 and stuff. So I tried on a few dresses that I had been looking at beforehand, but they didn't. They're like I loved one of them, but the top was double lined, but the bottom wasn't. And I was like, I feel like this should be like I'm more concerned about the bottom, you know? And yeah. So then I have to take the receipt out, so but so I got rid of a bunch of my Pride attire just because I grew out of a lot of it. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm wearing Pride. So I got this rainbow little bow at Dollarama. It's just like a regular full clip in the back. Very excited. And then I got this knee memory foam pillow that's supposed to help with my chronic back pain. Jojo? It's not Jojo. It's not Jojo. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Weren't we looking at getting Jojo Bobos? I feel like we were. I feel like that's a thing we would have done. But yeah, and I'm trying to decide whether I'm gonna wear that. I have this short dress with the sequins on top, and then like the tulle bottom, and then I have like that pink prom dress I never ended up wearing. I'm trying to pick between those for the dresses. The long dress will be more accurate. Um, However, it's supposed to be like 25 degrees, so we don't know what we're doing. Gemma, I appreciate you being here. I feel like I shouldn't have changed the times, but I'm also probably going to be out. So, ew, hot. Yeah, I know. But honestly, it's been so cold. Like last night, I was freezing, and like I had my fan on low, and I had the window closed. Cut the dress. Ew, no. I'll just wear the other one if that's the case. Um, and the other night, I woke up and I was just shivering, and like I had to get Nathaniel to move to the other side of the bed, so he was closer to the cold than me. But yeah, it's just been raining gross. Um, but yeah. Oh, I'm wearing that dress I bought at Salvation Army when I was with you. Girl boss, exactly, exactly. Um, but yeah. Well, I might do like an actual video where I do reading and talk about some of my poems. I might do a series. Maybe I'll pick one poem and talk about it. Because I guess no one wants to hear it live. I guess it's still quite early back in like in all the other time zones. I don't know what time it is in Hungary, but apparently that's where I have a lot of pull right now, which is confusing given the political nature of my channel. Particularly one video that I did for school is what I'm thinking. So I know, I know. Um, but yeah. Gemma, hit me with another question. putting you on the spot. I gotta go back to the mall after this. I guess Nathaniel has been on my channel. I always forget that because I, like, try not to, like, share too much information, but he's already been on the channel, so not as much as Gemma, though. Did you have any poems that you took out? Of this collection, I avoided adapting some poems that I had written for the darkness. Um, I don't think there's any I had written and distinctly took out because it was more so I was picking poems and putting it together. Like my second collection um, was made very intentionally, and there is two poems I had written that I did not include, but one of them was because I adapted it into another poem, if that makes sense. Um, and yeah, but for this one, I didn't take any out. I just avoided adapting some. So, okay. Well, I guess we can end this because no one else is here with me reading Audacity since it's your favorite. And we're going to spill some tea. All the tea has already been spilled. I thought you just posted your B reel, but it was Vi. So get together, Jem. You need to start actually posting your B reels. Let me find it. Did I not pin it to read? I used to have this. Oh, I didn't. That's tea. That's tea. I did today. I didn't get a notification that you posted today. I'll check after. So this is Audacity. It's page 14 of the paperback edition. And it goes as such. I suck in a breath, wipe my tears, and make eye contact with these pitiful men as my sobs turn to laughs. I must be remembering wrong, I repeat, quoting them. They look at each other as I shake my head in what I wish was disbelief. After a moment, I finally decide to take back the power they have stolen. I came here for answers, and I think I got them. I don't need this school, and I will do extraordinary things despite it. I think it's time for me to go. The principal looks confused again. Well, he starts. You will be a great representative of this school. I chuckle and roll my eyes, knowing that I will have to be the one to play nice in order to keep everything I have worked so hard for to prove them wrong. I will not let them take what is mine again. This meeting is done, I say as I rise and walk out. Ugh, men is the appropriate response. So audacity is so I talked about it in my Gaslight Gatekeep High School video, which honestly the favorite title I've ever written. Um, I talk about how on the last day of high school I was pulled into a meeting that I had technically requested with the teacher who was the gym teacher at the time of my sexual assault in gym class, and the principal. Um, the gym teacher at the time I was in gym class was now the vice principal, so the principal was his direct boss. And in that meeting, the teacher denied everything that happened, basically, and stood. It was weird because when it happened, he told me it was an accident. Although, how could you know what this kid was thinking? And I know it wasn't. And when we had this meeting, he was like very firm on, well, I didn't say my opinion and I didn't do this. And I think you're assuming things. And um, basically telling me I was misremembering the situation. And I mean, who's going to honestly say you mishandled a sexual assault that occurred in your classroom, right? Like, no one's going to admit to that. So, what Audacity, the poem, is Audacity is based on literally the audacity these men had to look me in the eyes as a person who has been traumatized from this event for, gosh, 2.5 years at that point, to look me in the eyes and not only go, "You're wrong, you're misremembering it," deny all of my trauma and every action they took that made it worse, but also then to go on and say, "But we're so proud we can say you're ours and claim you as a prized possession for this town and this school." And in this meeting, I basically sobbed the whole time because, like, obviously, like, I'm reliving, like, the most traumatic moment of my life thus far and all of the weeks and actions after the fact, and frankly, years, because I had to recount everything. Yes, Gemma, roll eye emojis. And, so that's what Audacity is. I was sobbing, and I said, "I've heard enough from this meeting," and I gave them some polling data I did in our senior class about sexual assault in our town, but also in our school. Because multiple female identifying people got back to me and said, like through an anonymous forum, got back to me and said, I was sexually assaulted on campus. One of them being R worded on campus, which was crazy and terrifying. And so I said, "I have heard enough." Like, I'm still sobbing at this point because when I'm frustrated and I'm angry, I cry. Very, very frustrating thing. And I just get more frustrated that I'm crying, and I just keep crying. It's not good. But, I gave them this research and I said, "I am done. I've heard enough. Um, I think I've gotten all the information I need from this meeting. Please look at this research I did, um, so this doesn't happen again." And then I left. So Audacity, the poem, is about how I wish I had handled it and how I wished I had, it's like when you're in the shower and you're like going through a fight again and you're like, oh, this was a great comeback. It's just how I wish I would have acted. Not that I think I acted poorly based on the situation, right? Because, like, what else was I supposed to do? But yeah, well, Gemma, no one else has showed up. So I'm not gonna put you through another hour of just me talking. I know, and they both still have jobs. That's the that's the worst part, and I've publicly gone on to say and share the whole story, and they still they're still gainfully employed at the same school and no changes have been done. Although I've heard the school has much bigger problems than SA and R word, which is terrifying to think about, and that there's been multiple police calls to the school this year. So, you'll see. Well, Gemma, I think I'm gonna stay on for like, yes, really, really. I was getting filled in from the twins when I was back home because they still had people they talked to. Like when you were there when we were talking about it at the coffee house. Gemma doesn't remember a thing. Anyway, Gem, if you wanna, I'm gonna stay on. If you wanna stay on, you can. I'm not the boss of you, but I'm. I think I'll stay on for like 15 more minutes, but I don't want to make you feel like you have to be here. Oh well, just gonna watch your friend stare at the camera. Yeah. Well, what else do we have to talk about? Should we talk about my birthday? Let's talk about my birthday, Gemma. It's my birthday tomorrow. In literally like 9 hours. It's my birthday. Is that math? Yes, that's math. I go to a liberal arts school. Um, Gemma, how excited are you for my birthday? Math. That is the appropriate level of excitedness. I keep forgetting that I think I have a thing that makes it so there's a delay in when I see your comment. It Oh, she pre-wrote the did you, like, pick the photos already too? Do you have at least one where I look kinda good? Or did you, like, pick all the ones from, like, 8th grade? For those of you who are watching this back, although I don't know why you would, Gemma has been my best friend since 9th grade. So, half a decade. Gross. There'll be a mix of them. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I think I do a good mix for you. Although I realized one of the ones that I posted, I think it was us with the sandcastle, our heads are cut off. So, that was a whoops on me, although I wanted to go to bed at, like, 10 PM the night before your birthday, and then I remembered it was your birthday the next day, and I had to stay up to midnight to post. So I was a little out of it by the time the post went up. I wish you could schedule a post on Instagram. Just us in our bathing suits, yeah. And the or no, I think it's the, like, 2K19 photo or whatever. Um, but yeah, um, I I'm really excited for Pride. I'm really excited for drag bingo on Friday night. I think it's said it's $10 for 3 cards. I'll check again for us. Um, and I wanna do the drag brunch too, which I is that the no, the next day is the block party. Bingo. So excited. Um, yeah, it's very, very fun. Oh, I think Nathaniel's messaging me. Nathaniel just apologized that no one showed up. Gemma. I told him you said he has to come say hi. Oh, no, his knee still hurts. No, his knee did look really gross, so honestly, it's okay if he's Gemma! Gemma, don't we like him now? Didn't you enjoy your time at the fair with us besides that one time we abandoned you to to go on the children's roller coaster? Yeah, he read my message and just left it there. Um, which we didn't mean to do. But you and I were too no, the cars were too skinny for us to both go in at the same time, like you and I. So toxic. Not no. If that's the most toxic thing he does, I think I'm doing pretty good. But oh, 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 he's coming. Oh, he said he would love to come. So I guess we judged too quickly. We should put him on the spot since he has not read my first collection. Although he did did I tell you I did finally sign his copy? Yeah, like, it was, like, 2 a month and a half ago now. I was like, "Are you gonna read it?" And, like, because I personalized it, and I think he's here. Oh, no. Wow. Wow, wow. Upsetting. Gemma, did you see it go, "Oh, oh, oh, it's back at 2 again. Oh, Nathaniel might be here." Nathaniel, if you're the second viewer, you can tell Gemma you're not toxic in the chat. She's oh, Pam, no, he's only my second viewer, Gemma. I'm gonna take away your mod privileges. You cannot abuse your mod privileges the first stream I do. Not the or it's not him. Oh my gosh, that's really awkward. That's really awkward if it's not him. Okay, he liked it. This has just been derailed, completely derailed. Wow. They're gone. I know. Very upsetting. Very, very upsetting. Oh, we're back at 2. Whoa, this is getting a little too exciting. So sad that I forget what you're responding to. We're talking too fast, Gemma. Once again, Nathaniel, if that's you, if you would like to combat any of the slander in the chat about you, kind of crowded. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, I could read one more poem and then call it quits. Gemma, what other poem should I read? What's your Gemma, what's your least favorite poem in the first collection? I think I already know. It's probably D Dog, which is a very particular poem. But I must say my crowd engagement, Gemma, I think you have made it so my crowd engagement is great. Although I know not to give you mod privileges because you'll ban anyone else who shows up. Jealousy much. Yeah. Okay. So we already did what if therapy. If that is Nathaniel, he might leave again if I start reading a poem because he still hasn't read my first collection. Definitely don't want to read that one. Why don't we do just something that's short and sweet? Well, not sweet, but short. Wow. I picked some. Oh, let's end on a good note. Let's end on a good note. So this is page 33, makeover. No, I already that was really loud. I'm so sorry. I could do sucker. I think I intentionally skipped over. No, I had honeymoon phase picked. I'm not gonna do sucker just because Nathaniel's here. We're gonna end on a good note. We're gonna be positive. Okay. This is page 33 and it's makeover. So every ugly thing that has happened in my life happened in this town. My terms have been judged, challenged, and commodified. Yet, how beautiful is it that I get to leave it all behind in my own right? So that poem I wrote, I think I wrote that in a Walmart parking lot. I wrote a few of these in a Walmart parking lot. Um, I did while I was waiting to pick up the ex from work. And just before I was leaving town to move to where I am now for university, and I uh, I finally kind of realized that like as horrible as everything that happened to me in my hometown was, that I kind of got to take control of the narrative again. Now that doesn't mean it was always positive and it was always good, but like I have taken course to drastically put my life in better means and measures um, since moving. And I'm very proud of myself for that. And that's kind of what that poem ended up foreshadowing, which I'm really happy about. Um, but it also, I wanted something, I mean, I wasn't writing in the intention of publishing. So it was more so is that I personally just needed something to kind of make this a positive situation because it had been so far from positive. But yeah. Okay. Well, since no one's here, we're gonna wrap up early. We went as long as we said we would. It's all good. We'll try again eventually. Build my subscriber base a little more. Maybe if I don't disappear for 3 weeks at a time and then reappear for a week and then disappear again, things would be going better. But we're not going to talk about it. I did just reach 14 subscribers, so that's so fun. Knowing Nathaniel is still at one of them. And Gemma is actually just all 14. So Big shout out to Jem and her commitment as the great moderator of the chat. I know you had to deal with so much, so much negativity in the chat, Gemma. It must have been a really, really that's that's something. It must have been a really, really difficult job for you to do. Okay, that's it. Um, I did so well. Yes, you did. You did. Whoa, I have 27 new likes on TikTok. I'm blowing up. Okay. Well, bye, guys. I hope you're having a great day. I'm gonna go now.